Ladies and gentlemen, today is 5th of February 2024, and the Astute Ink is right here in the University of Boya, southwest region of Cameroon. And today I'm happy to meet a very wonderful gentleman. He is a PhD fellow in the Faculty of Science. He's doing reading animal sciences, and certainly he's going to be one of the youngest doctors in town very soon. So Wanyu Bertrand, it's a pleasure to get you here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, this gentleman happens to be the founder of an organization called the Alcomalaraia Action Network. It sounded very strange to me when he told me about this. I was wondering the connect between alcohol and malaria. But Wanyu Bertrand, like, what actually inspired you to come up with this organization?
Thank you. As you rightly said, AlcoMalaria Action Network is a non-profit organization that we started last year, and what motivated us to start this organization was that we noticed a high prevalence of malaria in the Fako division of the Southwest region, and we also noticed that the high consumption of alcohol at the same time. And we noticed that people don't even understand the interconnection and the link between alcohol consumption and malaria. So we created the organization in order to raise awareness and educate people about the influence, about the effect of alcohol consumption on malaria disease.
Okay, that is such a wonderful thing to do, and I think that is going to still be a very big surprise to many people, considering that we are in Cameroon where alcohol is just like food to so many people. And since you started this, and have you been able to do some outreach campaigns? Because I think that this is a very wonderful thing to do, and many Cameroonians certainly would want to know about this.
Actually, we have not engaged much in outreach activities. We are still in the process of registration of the organization. But we are fortunate enough to be funded by the International Brain Research Organization for an outreach that will take place in next month, from the 12th of March to the 16th of March, where we are going to be talking about the brain, how alcohol affects the brain. And we'll be talking about mental health and brain awareness.
Oh, that's so amazing. I know you are so much into research, but have you been able to do some research findings about this particular aspect you're trying to address to make sure that you're actually talking with facts? I know when it comes to science, like evidence and always from facts would always be what people want to rely on.
Yeah, we have been engaged in two research projects. One is in basic sciences and the other one is in epidemiological sciences. For the basic sciences, we are trying to evaluate the influence of acute alcohol consumption in malaria-infected animals. So we have infected some animals with a special plasmodium, imported plasmodium, where we are trying to test the effect of acute alcohol consumption on the exacerbation of malaria in those animals. And secondly, for the epidemiological research, we have tried to collect some data just within Fako division, where we collected data concerning alcohol consumption and the history of malaria infection of some individuals. But for that one, we have not actually refined it. We are still in the process of that epidemiological research. But for the basic research, we are done and we are preparing a publication that may be out from any time from now.
I know of other organizations that certainly are doing a lot of programs on especially that touches the malaria. I'm thinking of the PMI. I think the World Health Organization has also got a lot of investment to actually making sure they curb malaria in Cameroon as a whole. Are you looking forward to working with some of these organizations, and have you been able to advance some of your projects to them?
Actually, we are looking forward to collaborate with these international organizations, but for now we just We are just collaborating with local organizations.
So, what in the near days? What are you expecting to that your activities reduce the way people maybe cut the consumption of alcohol, or what are you like? What are your activities that you're looking forward to?
Actually, the main mission of the organization is to make people understand the influence, the link, and the effect of alcohol consumption. We will do our best to educate people on this, and we will try to convince them to understand that alcohol can be very detrimental to their health, especially when it comes to infectious diseases like malaria.
What of those who say they have been consuming alcohol certainly for a very long time, and then they have not had, they've not certainly been having? We even have some people who take their medications with alcohol. What do you have to say to those people? Because certainly they will say alcohol, whatever you're saying certainly may not touch them.
It's true, some people have a naturally very strong immune system, and alcohol consumption doesn't really affect them in terms of exacerbating the effects of these parasitic infections or these infectious diseases. But we have noticed that majority of people around who consume alcohol can easily contract this malaria and some of the infectious diseases. For example, I for one, I used to consume alcohol, but I noticed that each time I consume alcohol, a few days later I start complaining of malaria.
Oh, so at this juncture, if your message was to go through, what are you expecting that people would do as certainly a reaction to your message or to your outreach programs?
The the impact of this of our organization is to raise awareness and foster education against alcohol consumption, especially in these malaria endemic zones.
Is it only about maybe fostering education or curbing the malaria? Is it your own contribution to curbing the spread of malaria in Cameroon?
Yes, I think when people understand the effects, the detrimental effects of this behavior, because alcohol consumption is a behavior and people already getting used to it. When people understand the detrimental effects of this behavior, they can I think they can reduce the rate at which they consume alcohol, thereby reducing the rate, thereby enhancing the strength of their immune system and reducing the rate of malaria infection.
Oh, it was a great pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to talk to this wonderful gentleman, and it is just very surprising and amazing that in the 21st century we're having young people like this who are devoting their energy into initiatives like this. And I can only say those out there who can be able to align their forces behind this gentleman so that together we can be able to fight against malaria. I know that is one of the biggest killer diseases in Africa. And I think for those who may want to contact him, I will make sure that I get his contact and certainly display it. Certainly you have it on your screen as we're watching this. Until then, we are very happy to talk to you from the University of Boya, a very wonderful university. It's a Monday, certainly a ghost town. As you know, we are in a crisis zone and schools are not open. We would have been having this whole institution filled with students. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure to have you on this special one with Wanyu Bertrand. Bertrand, all the best with your activities with AlcoMalaria.
Thank you, Mr. Fonban.
Okay.